A regional exporter has spent 3 years building a relationship with a single overseas buyer. The orders are steady, the margins are decent, everyone's happy. Then a tariff changes, or a new standard comes into force, or a geopolitical dispute freezes a border overnight and the order stops. Not because the product got worse, because nobody in the region saw the risk coming until it had already arrived. This is the 5th obstacle in the series, the Blindside. Trade friction, shifting geopolitics, new compliance standards, ESG requirements that didn't exist 2 years ago, all of it moving fast. Most of it decided in capitals and boardrooms, thousands of miles from the region that has to live with the consequences. Here's what makes this one different from the first 4. Information silos mean you can't see the opportunity. Decision-making blind spots mean you copy the wrong strategy. Resource mismatch means the right buyer never finds you. The talent gap means there's nobody in the room who can read any of it, but the blind side is the one that doesn't wait for you to fix the others first. It arrives on its own schedule, and it punishes regions that were otherwise doing everything right. Most local governments and exporters find out about these shifts the way everyone else does. After they've already happened, in a headline or a phone call from a buyer who's suddenly gone quiet. By then, there's no time left to adapt, only to absorb the loss and start again. Here's the part we think is genuinely solvable now. The signals usually exist well before the shock lands. In trade filings, regulatory drafts, standards, bodies, working papers, ESG disclosure requirements moving through committee. They're just scattered across languages, jurisdictions, and formats. No single regional team can monitor on its own. That's exactly the kind of continuous wide net scanning a think tank's frameworks paired with AI's reach can do. Not predicting the future, but shortening the distance between a risk emerging somewhere in the world and a region hearing about it. That's the difference between defending against a shock and just absorbing one. Absorbing a shock costs a season's orders. Defending against it costs the discipline of paying attention before the headline, not after it. So here's the question worth sitting with this week. If a rule, a tariff, or a standard change on the other side of the world tomorrow, would your region hear about it in time to do anything but react? For most local governments, the honest answer is still no. That's the gap this series is really about. I'm Raymond. See you in episode 6.